Welcome to this video and welcome to our YouTube channel. We are very grateful that you have found time to join us as we revise the paper that the candidate for external, that is grade 9 external integrated science for 2023. So this is the paper I'm going to revise with you, so watch this video up to the end for the preparation of grade 9 examination for internal that will come in November. Okay, so by now I'm sure you know your timetable is out and you probably are going to write this paper. It should be between 22 and 24. I don't know if it's just the second day of starting the exams, so I have taken time to revise with you. So join me, revise with me. So what I need you to do is please make sure you have got a notebook besides you, so that when you are revising you're able to write some important notes so that they can help you to understand fully. Okay, with that being said, let's go to answering questions. So let's go to question number 1. Okay, so question 1 is as follows. The diagram shows a reproductive cell of a human being. Which of the following identifies the cell with a correct reason of why it is so? This is a female reproductive cell because it has a part G which attaches to the uterus. Okay, that is not a female reproductive cell, so the answer is wrong. B, female reproductive cell because part H contains nucleus. So like I said earlier on, this is not the female reproductive cell. C, male reproductive cell because it has a part G used for swimming. Okay, so G is used for swimming, that is the male reproductive cell, and G is used for swimming, that one is correct. D, male reproductive cell because part H contains nucleus. No, so the correct answer is C. So we put the correct answer is C. Question 2 is, what is the function of the placenta? What is the function of the placenta? A, allows exchange of nutrients and waste between the fetus and the mother. That's correct. Okay. Let's go to the other answers for the sake of just revision. Cushion and protect the fetus. No, that is the function of amniotic fluid. C, prevent miscarriage, that is the function of cervix. D, provide a suitable environment to the fetus, that could be amniotic fluid or uterus. So the correct answer is A. Question number 3 is, when should a mother start taking her child to the children's clinic after delivery? A, after 5 years from birth. No. B, immediately the child lacks nutrients. No. C, 1 month after birth. Yes. D, shortly after the child starts walking. No, the correct answer is C. However, A is saying after 5 years from birth, that is when you stop taking the child to children's clinic. So if a child reaches 5 years, then you stop taking the child every month to the children's clinic. Okay, so the correct answer is C, 1 month after birth. Question 4, which type of pollution is caused by factories releasing fumes? Which type of pollution is caused by factories releasing fumes? Dash pollution. So the correct answer is air pollution, which is A, air pollution. Number 5, the diagram shows a plant cell. Okay, so that's a diagram. You should pay attention and identify the parts. Then the actual question is, which labeled structures are also found in an animal cell? Which labeled structures are also found in animal cell? So the first thing we're going to do is let's name all the parts of this plant cell. So let me start from I, that is nucleus, J, that is cell membrane, K, that is cell wall, L, that is chloroplast, M, that is cytoplasm, and N, that is vacuum. Okay, so those are the parts. So we know that animal cell has got nucleus, cell membrane, and cytoplasm. Okay, cell wall, chloroplast, and vacuum are not present in an animal cell. So those are the ones that are present. So let's look for the correct answer. So the correct answer should have IJM. IJM. Okay, so which answer has got IJ? So A has IJL, no. B has IJN, no. Then C has KNM, no. D has LKM, no. So that is, there is no correct answer on this question 5. There is no correct answer on question 5. Okay, question 5, that is free mark. Question 6 is as follows. Which of the following is the correct order of movement of mineral salts into and within the plant? Okay. Which of the following is the correct order of movement of mineral salts into and out and within the plant? Okay. So the correct answer is A, leaves, stem, roots, soil. No. B, roots, soil, stem, leaves. No. C, soil, leaves, roots, stem. No. D, soil, roots, stem, leaves. Yes, the correct answer is D. So the mineral salt from the soil goes into the roots, then they go through the stems up to the leaves. So the correct answer is D. Question 7. Question 7 is as follows. The following diagram shows the structure of an atom. So this is an atom. So what we can do is, before we do anything, let's name these parts that are labeled by numbers. So 1, that is electron. 2, that is nucleus. That is nucleus. 2, that is nucleus. 3, that is shell. Okay, so 3 is a shell. So let's see. So where there is a shell, we should have 3. So as you can see, shell is number 3. The only answer that has 3 is C. That means C is the correct answer. But we can counter check. Nucleus is 2, yes, and electron is 1. So the correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. Question 8 is as follows. Which separation technique can be used to separate a mixture of pieces of iron and sand? Which separation technique can be used to separate a mixture of pieces of iron and sand? A, crystallization. B, distillation. C, filtration. D, magnetization. So the correct answer is D, which is magnetization. Iron, they have characteristic of being attracted by magnet. So if you mix sand and iron, sand cannot be attracted by magnet, so the iron fillings will be attracted to magnet. Okay, well, sand won't. So the correct answer is D. Question 9 is as follows. The following diagram shows an experiment on determination of the volume of an irregular object. Okay, so what you need to do is pay attention, study the diagram, and please make sure that you pay attention to the readings, more especially the readings of the liquid, the water in the measuring cylinder. So you make sure you do that. So that is a measuring cylinder. So the question is, what is the volume of the stone? What is the volume of the stone? So as you can see, the first reading here is 50 centimeter cubic in the first stage. In the stage 1, we have got the water measuring up to 50 centimeter cubic. Then we have got, now after that, then we have got the second, after the stone is put in the water, the reading has risen to 70 centimeter cubic. So the question is, what is the volume of the stone? Okay, so we find the difference of 50 and 70. So it says 70 minus 50 will give us 20. So the correct answer is B, which is 20 centimeter cubic. Okay, so the following diagram shows experiments on the rate of expansion due to heat of 4 different metal rods, namely copper, brass, aluminium, and steel. Okay, those are the metals that are being heated by with the heat. Okay, those are the 4 metals. So I've got metal 1, 2, 3, 4. So the question is, which of the numbered metal rod is that of aluminium? So the correct answer is 2, aluminium, because aluminium expand the most among these mentioned metals. So it's aluminium, which is B. The correct answer is B. Question 11 is, which of the following explain the law of air sac in the respiratory system of human beings? So A, organ of contraction and relaxation in order to allow gaseous exchange? No. B, passage of air from outside into the lungs? No. C, site of exchange of oxygen into and carbon dioxide out of the blood? Yes, that one is correct. D, storage organ for oxygen in the lungs? No. So the correct answer is C. The following list is of sexually transmitted infections, STIs. So we have got syphilis, number 1, 2, gonorrhea, 3, HIV and AIDS, 4, genital warts. So the question is, identify the numbered infection that is caused by viruses and bacteria. Okay, so A, we have got, for virus, we have got 1. Is syphilis caused by virus? No. So gonorrhea, yes, which is 2, but 1 is not correct, so the answer is wrong. So B again, which is 1, is wrong, so that means B is also wrong. C, 3, virus, HIV and AIDS, is correct, and 2, gonorrhea, bacteria, yes. So the correct answer is C. C is the correct answer. However, D is wrong because both are caused by a virus. So the correct answer is C, which is number 12. Correct answer is C. Number 13 is, the following diagram shows a specific circle in the biosphere. So we have got the diagram down here, which you should study and understand. So we have got transpiration, we have got rain, we have got absorption. Okay, so the question is, the specific circle is that of, okay, the specific circle is that of, that is water circle, which is D. The correct answer there on 13 is D. Question 14 is as follows. The following diagram shows an experiment on a plant which had been in sunlight for some time. Okay, so that is the plant. And we have got sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrocarbonate. So the question is, what would be the expected results after the test, after the starch test on leaves? P, Q, and R. What would be the expected results after the starch test on leaves? P, Q, and R. Okay, so we take note of that. So what I need to write so far is sodium hydroxide absorbs carbon dioxide, okay, from the leaf. So it absorbs carbon dioxide. Then sodium hydrogen carbonate adds carbon dioxide, so the leaf will be provided with the carbon dioxide. So what will happen to those leaves? We can see R is neutral. Okay, that is a control experiment. That one will help us to determine what happens. Okay, so what would be the expected results after the test on the reefs P, Q, and R. So A, P will turn blue black. That is not true. So we can just read that and we know that the answer is wrong. B, the leaf P will turn blue black. Again, that P is wrong. We can just tell by P is wrong. That means the entire answer is wrong. C, P, the leaf will be brown. Yes. Q, the leaf will be blue black. Yes. And R, it will be blue black. So the correct answer is C. And D is wrong because it's saying that the leaf Q will be brown. Then it's wrong. So the correct answer is C. Which pair shows correctly the biological and physical factors that affect the rate of transpiration? Okay, so we know that transpiration, this is the process by which plants loses water into the atmosphere. Okay, so A, availability of water as a biological factor. No. D, distribution of stomata. No, that is, so it has been swapped. B, availability of water, that is physical, and temperature is also physical. C, distribution of stomata, then that is biological. Then physical, humidity, yes, there it's matching. So the correct answer is C. Before we even go to D, as you can see, D, O have been mentioned, their physical properties. So the correct answer is C. So correct answer is C. Sorry, the correct answer is C. Question 16 is as follows. The following word equation represents a reaction between zinc and copper 2 sulfate. Okay, so that is, you should take note of the equation, which is zinc plus copper 2 sulfate is equal to zinc sulfate plus copper. So identify the type of chemical reaction in the word equation. So the correct answer is 16. The correct answer is C, which is single replacement, That is the correct answer, which is C. Question 17 is as follows. In an experiment, a layer of light was passed through structures shown. We have got 1, which is convex lens, 2, biconcave lens, 3, drop of water, 4, prism. Okay, so those are the structures. So we go to the actual question, which is, which two numbered structures both produces a visible spectrum when a ray of light passes through them? Okay, which two numbered structures both produce a visible spectrum when a ray of light passes through them? Okay, so you and me, we should know that only drop of water and prism is where the spectrum is produced. So it's only drop of water and prism. So the correct answer is 3 and 4, which is D. 3 and 4, which is D. Okay, question 18 is as follows. The following diagram shows an electric circuit with 2 cells of equal voltage. Okay, so the question is, what will be the voltage of the single cell? So what you need to do is, first you need to pay attention on the diagram, start, make sure you take note of the amps, the resistant, how many ohms is each resistant showing. So it's something like that. What is the size of the resistant? If it's 2 ohms, it's something like that. Okay, once you've done that, then the actual thing you do is now go to the actual question, which is, what will be the voltage of the single cell? Okay, so what we need to do is, there are 2 cells there. So what we need to do is, we need to find first the voltage, the entire voltage in the circuit. So to find the voltage, what we are going to do is, we're going to multiply the reading on the amps by the reading in the 2 resistance. So we're going to have something like 2 multiplied by, open bracket, 2 plus 2, close bracket, that is equal to voltage. Okay, so when we multiply 2 by 4 give us 8, then we divide 8 by 2, which will give us 4. That will be the correct answer will be B. So each cell is equal to 4 volts. Okay, each cell is equal to 4 volts. Okay, question 19 was as follows. A water tank is placed on the floor. The area of the water tank in contact with the floor is 3 meters. Calculate the pressure exerted on the floor if the weight of the water tank is 4,800 Newton. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write the formula of pressure, which is pressure is equal to force over area. Okay, so now we know that the force is 4,800, so we write 4,800 divided by 3 meters squared, which will give us E into 4,800, it will go 1,600 times, which is going to be 1,600 Newton per meter squared. That is the pressure it is exerting, which is the correct answer is B. Okay, the correct answer is B. Okay, which device in communication is used to send signal? Which device is used to send signal in communication? So A, microphone. No, microphone is there to just convert sound energy into electrical energy. B, receiver. This one just receives information. C, speaker converts electrical energy to sound energy. D, transmitter. So D is the correct answer. It's the one that transmits signals. So it's the one that sends signals. So the correct answer is D. Okay, so question 1 from section B was coming from the topic of the human body. The question is as follows. The following diagrams show stage 2 and stage 3 of labor and birth in a female human. Stage 1 is not shown, so there is no stage 1 in this question. They have just shown stage 2. So the question 1A is identify the parts labeled U in stage 2. So the part labeled U in stage 2 is uterus. Okay, that is uterus. Question 2 is identify the parts labeled S in stage 3. So the part labeled S in stage 3 is umbilical cord. That is umbilical cord. Okay, we go to question B, 1B, which is describe what happened to the cervix in stage 1 to enable birth to take place. So what happened to the cervix? It opened by widening or relaxing. So the cervix during this gestation period, it has been tight, it has been holding closely to prevent miscarriage or giving birth to the baby before due time. So now what has happened, it has relaxed because the time is up, so it has relaxed and it has opened. That's why the child has been born. Okay, we go to question number 1C, which is explain the laws which were played by the parts labeled T and V when the fetus was growing. Okay, so let's start with T. Where is T? It's there. So the placenta. So the placenta was the exchange place of nutrients and waste. So this was the exchange place of nutrients and waste. The exchange was happening between the mother and the fetus. So the nutrients from the mother will go to the child through the placenta to the umbilical cord until it reaches the child. So when the waste comes from the child, will come to the placenta, where the waste will enter the mother and then be maybe excreted from the mother's body. Okay, so the placenta was the exchange place. So that's where the exchange of waste and nutrients were happening. V, what was the function of V when the child was growing up? So V, that is amniotic fluid. So what was happening, or the function of amniotic fluid when the child was growing up was the amniotic fluid was acting as a shock absorber. It was absorbing shocks, so mechanical shocks from maybe the bump or the falling of the mother were being absorbed. Those mechanical shocks were being absorbed by amniotic fluid. So the amniotic fluid was protecting the child from amniotic fluid was protecting the child from the mechanical shocks. Okay, so that is the correct answer for C. We go to D. So what is D? D, we are saying, how long does it take for birth to occur once fertilization has taken place? So the pregnancy of human being takes about 9 months, or 36 or 38 weeks, and the days is 270 days. 270 days. So that is how long it took for the child to be born. It's about 9 months or 36 or 38 weeks, or 270 days. So it should be 9 months. Okay. Question 2 of section B was as follows. State 2 different types of food nutrients. So since they want 2, I'll give you 3. 1, we can talk about carbohydrate, energy-giving nutrients, proteins, vitamins. So I've got 1, carbohydrates, 2, proteins, 3, vitamins. So they just want 2. You can pick 2 of those 3 that you can write. We go to question number 2B. What nutritional deficiency disease is associated with the following signs and symptoms? A, bowed legs and knocked knees. So what disease has the signs and symptoms of bowed legs and knocked knees? That is rickets. That is rickets. Then question B2, swollen ankles, feet and hands. That is kwashoka. That is kwashoka. Okay, so if a child has got swollen ankles, feet and hands, that means the child has kwashoka. Okay, go to question number 2C, which is give 2 laws of the children's clinics. Give 2 laws of the children's clinic. So you should be very careful that you don't take this one as clinic card. They are saying the law of children clinics. Why do you take children to the clinic? So 1, we are saying to monitor the growth of the child. 2, to give immunization to the child. 3, give nutrition advice, not value, to give nutrition advice to the parents of the children. So those are the 3. They just want to, you can pick 2 from there. 1, to monitor the growth of the child. 2, to give immunization to the child. 3, to give nutritional advice to the parents of the children. Okay. Question number 3 comes from the topic of plants and animals. So the question is, the diagram shows a germinating seed on a moist cotton wool. So what you need to do is take time and study the diagram. So you make sure you study the diagram. Once I've done that, the next question is, which is question 3A. What is the purpose of the moist cotton wool? So the purpose of moist cotton wool is to provide water to the germinating seed. So it is providing water to the germinating seed. Okay. Then question number 3B is, which labeled part will develop into A, roots? So which one is going to develop into roots? So the one that will develop into the roots is party X. Okay. Party X. Which one will develop into shoot? That is party W. Party W will develop into shoot. Okay, we go to question number 3C, which is, which labeled part will respond positively to 1, light. So the one that will respond to light is the shoot part, which is W, will respond to light positively. C2, which one will respond positively to gravity? So part X will respond positively to gravity. Okay, so we go to question number D, which is explain one effect of excessive application of inorganic fertilizer on the plant. Okay, so they just want one. I'll give you two. So one of it is the plant will overgrow. If you put a lot of inorganic fertilizer, that will make the plant to overgrow. It will grow abnormally. It will be very big, or it will grow very faster. Okay. The other one is it will be burnt and die. Okay, so between those two, one, it will overgrow, two, it can be burnt. Okay, this leads to, like, if you put a lot of fertilizer, the plant will dry out, which mostly farmers refer to that it has been burnt. So once it is burnt, then that means the plant will die. Okay, so those are the two things that might happen if you overuse or you use excessive inorganic fertilizer. Okay, we go to the next question. The following question was coming from the topic of materials and energy. The question was as follows. The following diagram shows an experiment carried out by a learner to determine the density of an irregular solid, which is stone. Okay, so the question is that on the screen you can see it. So make sure you start the diagram, you look at the reading of the mass of the stone, and also you look at the reading of the liquid once the stone is being immersed in water. So question 4a is define density. So density is mass per volume. Density is mass per volume. Okay, so question number 3b1, which is determine the mass of the stone. Determine the mass of the stone. So the mass of the stone is 50 grams. It is 50 grams. Okay, question 4b2 is determine the volume of the stone. So the volume of the stone, will get it from the measuring cylinder here on the far right, the one I've circled there. So the volume of the cylinder, the volume of this liquid in the cylinder, that is 30 centimeter. 30 centimeter. So we're going to write 30 centimeter cubic. Okay, we go to question number 4c, which is calculate the density of the stone. So to calculate the density of the stone on question 4c, we are going to write the formula for density, which is density is equal to mass over volume. So what is the mass? That is 15 grams over 30 centimeter cubic. Then we cancel the zeros, then we remain with 5 and 3. So we say 3 into 5, it will go one time. Then remainder 2. Then we say, can 3 go into 2? No. So we write, we put 0 to 2, and then we put a decimal point here. Then we say, can 3 go into 20? Yes. How many times? 6 times. So we put 6. Then remainder 2. Then we say, can 3 go into 2? No. We put 0. Then we write 6. Then we say, can 3 go into 2? We say no. Then we write, we put 0 to 2. Then it is 20. 3 into 20 to give us 6. So now we have got 3, 6, and we can see that this pattern will continue like this. So I'm going to write my answer with the 2 decimal places. That means the 6 here, I'll round it off. Then it is going to be 1.67 grams per centimeter cubic as the correct answer. Okay, we go to question number 4d, which is explain why the stone sank to the bottom in the Eureka cane. Okay, the reason why the stone sank is because the stone has higher density than water. The stone has higher density than water, that's why it is sank. Question 4e is suggest a correct precaution that should be considered during the experiment. So the questions that should be considered, they just want one. I'll give you two since they want one. So the first one is use thin string to tie the stone. So when you're tying the stone, you make sure that you use a thin string so that it does not affect the reading of water. Because if you use a thick string, that means it will affect the reading of the water. Two, lower the stone gently. So when you are putting the stone in the Eureka cane, you make sure you lower it slowly and gently so that it does not, like if you put abruptly the stone in the water, that means it will cause waves and water will come out, the one that is not supposed to come out. So you lower it gently. Okay, so since they want one, I'll give you two. So those are the precautions that you should take when you're carrying this experiment. Question 5 was coming from the topic of materials and energy. So the question is as follows. One of the gases found in the air in the Earth's atmosphere is carbon dioxide. So question 5A is, what percentage by volume is carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? The answer is 0.037%. Okay, 0.037%. Okay. Now the question is 5B is, state two properties of carbon dioxide. Okay, so since they want two, I'll give you three. One, it's odorless. That means it does not smell. Carbon dioxide does not smell. Okay, then two, it is colorless. So you can't see carbon dioxide, it's colorless. You can tell that this is carbon dioxide, it is blue, it's colorless. Okay. 3, it does not support combustion or burning. So carbon dioxide does not support burning or combustion. So those are the 3 properties. You're able to tell that this is carbon dioxide when you look at those. There are many, but these are the 3 I can share with you. And you can pick 2 from those 3. We come to question number 5C. Mention 2 correct use of carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon dioxide, 1, it is used in fire extinguishers. So those ready bottles or tanks you see in hospitals or in public places, which they write fire extinguisher, those they contain carbon dioxide because carbon dioxide does not support burning. Okay, the other one is, it is used in making dry ice. Okay, it is also used in making dry ice. The other one is, it is used in baking. So those are the 3. You can pick 2 from those 3. So it is used in making dry ice. It is also used in baking. Okay, so those are the 3 uses of carbon dioxide, but you can pick 2 from those 3. We got to question 5D, which is, which other gas is found in atmospheric air and supports burning? Which other gas is found in atmospheric air and supports burning? That is oxygen. Oxygen supports burning. So that is the one that is being described there. It is found in atmospheric air and it supports burning. So the correct answer is oxygen. Okay, we got to question number 6. Question number 6 was coming from the topic of human body, and the question was as follows. The following diagrams show cross-section of the 3 types of blood vessels found in the human body circulatory system. So we have got those diagrams I, J, and K. So you need to study them. Please make sure you take note of the structures. So question 6A is as follows. And 6A1 is as follows. Identify the blood vessel labeled J and K. J and K. So we're able to see J and K. So let's start with J. So the blood vessel J is vein. Okay, that is a vein. It has no thick walls. That is vein. Then 2, that is K. K is capillary, is blood capillary. That is blood capillary. Okay, we go to question 6b2, which is state the feature of J that helped you to identify the blood vessel in your answer in A1. Okay, so the reason I identified that one as a vein is because it has thin muscular holes, or it has big hollow or lumen. Okay, so I looked at it and I found out that it has got thin muscular holes, and I also found out that it has big hole or lumen. So you can write either it has thin muscular hole, or you can also write it has a big hole or lumen. Okay, those are the things that helped me to identify that one. Okay, we go to question number B, that is 6b. Which label represents the blood vessel which carry blood under pressure? So when you look at these I, J and K, which one carries blood under pressure? Under high pressure, the one that carries blood under high pressure is I. I carries blood which is heart high pressure, mostly from the heart going to other parts of the body. Okay, we come to question 6b2. Okay, 6b2. Okay, which is which label represents the blood vessel which allow exchange of gas to take place through it and nearby body tissues? That is K. Okay, K, that is K. So K, that is blood capillary, which helps to the exchange of gas through them. Okay, we go to question number 6c. What is the difference between blood vessel I and blood vessel J in terms of functions? I transport blood from the heart, while J transport blood to the heart. Okay, remember they just want you to give one difference, so I'll give you two. Then number 2, I transport blood under high pressure, while J transport blood under lower pressure. So that is the difference. I transport blood at high pressure, while J transport blood which is at low pressure. Okay. Question number 7 was coming from the topic of the environment. The following diagram shows a simple illustration on a circle in the biosphere. The following diagram shows a simple illustration on a cycle in the biosphere. Okay, so we have got plant, we have got gas A, we have got animal, we have got gas 2. So we go to the actual questions. So questions are as follows. Number 1, 7a is identify the process that happens in plants to produce gas 1. So the correct answer there is photosynthesis. What happens there is photosynthesis. Identify the process that happens in animals to produce gas 2, that is respiration. Okay, we go to question number. Cycle is being illustrated in the diagram, that is oxygen cycle or oxygen cycle. Okay, we go to question number 7c, which is identify the gas labeled 2 in the diagram, that is carbon dioxide. The gas 2 is carbon dioxide. Question 7d is write a word equation for the process that occurs in plants to produce gas 1. The process is water plus carbon dioxide reacting under light, which is trapped by chlorophyll, it will produce glucose, which can also be referred as sugar. It will produce glucose and oxygen. So we are going to have glucose plus oxygen plus water. Okay, water produced as a byproduct. Okay, so we have sugar and oxygen plus water being produced when water and carbon dioxide react. Okay, they will produce glucose plus oxygen plus water. Okay, we go to question number E. Apart from the process in plants and animal, write other process uses gas 1. Write other process that uses gas 1. Okay, so 1, combustion or welding. So gas 1 is used in combustion, like in burning, as well as in welding. So oxygen is used in combustion and welding. Okay, we go to the next question. Question 8, which is coming from plants and animals. The diagram show experiments carried out on potted plants in sunlight. Okay, so you should take time and study the diagram. Make especially pay attention to polyethylene bags that are in both. Then also you take note of what is down them. Okay, so we know we have got the balance here and the balance here. We have got experiment 1 and experiment 2, and we have got types of plants. You should pay attention to them: twig plant and leafy plant. So you take note of that. Okay, once I've done that, then we are go to the actual question, which is the masses of the potted plants were observed to have decreased. Okay, so the question 8a is, what caused the decrease in mass of the potted plants? Okay, what made the plants to reduce in their weight? Okay, so the mass reduced because there was loss of water to the atmosphere through transpiration. So as you can see, these potted plants are covered with the polyethylene bags. That means there is no evaporation that is coming from the soil. So they have to be happening through the plants, and that is through transpiration. Okay, we come to question 8b1. Which of the potted plant had its mass decreased more than the other? So the correct answer is experiment 1. Why? The plant in experiment 1 has got a plant which has broader leaves. It has got broader leaves. So since it has broader leaves, that means there will be a lot of loss of water that will be happening. Okay, there will be a lot of loss of water that will be happening. Okay, so if that's the case, then that means experiment 1 will lose more water compared to experiment 2. Okay, because of the broader leaves, that means that there will be a lot of water that will be lost. Okay, we go to question number B2. Give a reason for your answer. So I have already mentioned my reasons. So the reasons is it has broader leaves that have a lot of stomata. Okay, it has broader leaves that has got a lot of stomata. Okay, we go to question number 8C. Sorry, we go to question number 8C. State the purpose of the polyethylene bag in the experiment. So the purpose of the polyethylene bag is to prevent evaporation of water direct from the soil. To prevent evaporation of water direct from the soil. So easy. What would be observed on the masses of the plants if the experiment were repeated in a dark room? Okay, what would have been observed if the experiment were done in a dark room? The difference that will take place, that will happen, will be a small or no change in weight of the potted plants. So if this experiment is done in the dark, there will be small or no change, okay, in both plants. Okay, we go to question number E. Apart from light, which other factor affects the process taking place in plants during experiment 1? Okay, during experiment 1. So the other factors are 1, wind. Okay, so we're talking about transpiration. The factors that affect transpiration: 1, wind. The other one is temperature. So since they want 1, I'll give you 2, which is wind and temperature. These two factors who also affect the process of transpiration. There are many, but I'll just share with you these 2. Question 9 was coming from the topic of materials and energy, and the question is: a learner mixed hydrogen and chlorine and allowed them to react as shown in the following equation. The temperature of the content rose from 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the temperature rose from 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. The word equation is hydrogen plus chlorine is equal to hydrogen chloride. Okay, so the first question, which is question 9a, is define chemical reaction. So chemical reaction is the change that occur when two or more substances combine to form a new substance or substances. Okay, so chemical reaction is the change that occur when two or more substances combine to form a new substance or substances. Okay, that is the definition for chemical reaction. Okay, we go to question number B1. State whether the reaction in the experiment was endothermic or exothermic. Okay, so the reaction in that experiment is exothermic. Why? We can see that we are told that the temperature rose from 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. That means it gave out the heat energy, so it was exothermic. So question 2b is give a reason for your answer. Like I said earlier on, I gave a reason because it released lot of energy than it. Okay, it released lot of energy, so it released lot of energy, so that means that's why it is endothermic. It released lot of energy. Okay, or I can just say it released energy. As long as it has released energy, heat energy, it has released heat energy, then it is exothermic. Whether a lot or just a small amount of energy, as long as it has released energy, that is exothermic. Okay, question number C. Identify the type of reaction represented in the equation apart from your response to B. Okay, so here we had two elements that merged to be one, so that means that is synthesis. Okay, that is synthesis. So the type of reaction that is synthesis, that is synthesis. Okay, we go to question number D. Give 2 examples of the type of chemical reaction identified in B1. Okay, so we give examples 2, so I'll give you 3. 1, it's the one that is of salt, which is sodium chloride, which is sodium chloride. So what happens is sodium and chlorine, they react and form sodium chloride. That is one example. The other one is that of water, which is hydrogen plus oxygen, they will form water. The other one is that of carbon dioxide, where carbon and oxygen react and form carbon dioxide. So from those 3, you can pick 2. Okay, so that is all. Okay, question 10 was coming from the topic of materials and energy. The following diagram shows an electric circuit with resistance M and N of equal resistance connected to a 6-volt battery. Okay, so what you need to do is take time and study the diagram. Okay, once I've done that, you should also take note of the ammeter reading, the reading on the cells, the resistance, and the component L. You should also be able to identify those parts. Okay, so the question is identify instrument L in the circuit. So the instrument L, that is rheostat. That is rheostat, and you can also call it as a variable resistance. So that is rheostat or variable resistance. Okay, then the question number 10b is, what is the total number of cells in the battery? So how many cells are in that battery which has 6 volts? So we can see that there are 3 cells there. There are 3 cells in there. Okay, so there are 3 cells. We go to the next question, which is question C. How are the resistors M and N connected in the circuit? So how is resistor M and N connected? So we can say the resistors are connected in series. They are connected in series. Okay, we come to question number D. Question number D, which is calculate the total resistance in the circuit. Calculate the total resistance in the circuit. So we are going to find the resistance. We're going to say resistance is equal to voltage over current. So what is voltage? That is 6 volts. The entire circuit has got 6 volts. Then what is the reading of ammeter? The ammeter is reading 2 amps. So we write 2 amps. Then we divide 6 by 2, which will give us 3. So the total resistance in the circuit is 3. That is the total resistance. So the other question, which is question D2, is calculate the resistance of resistor M. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find the resistance of resistor M. So we said resistance of M is equal to total resistance divided by 2. Then we say 6. What is the total resistance of that? Total resistance of that is 3. So we found the total resistance to be 3. So we say 3 divided by 2 give us 1.5. 3 divided by 2 give us 1.5. So the resistance of resistor M is equal to 1.5 ohms. 1.5 ohms. Okay, we go to question number E. What would happen to the total resistance in the circuit if both the voltage and current are doubled? What would happen to the total resistance in the circuit if both the voltage and the current are doubled? Okay, so what will happen is that the resistance will remain the same. The resistance will remain the same since both voltage and current have been doubled. That means the resistance will be the same. It will only change if one of these two is doubled, the other one remains the same. Okay, it will only change if one of the two, either voltage or current, is changed, then it will change. But if both are doubled, then the resistance will remain the same. Okay, so those are the answers for this paper.